Alright, so in this video, we're going to do a little bit of a conversation. We're going to interview some people. Maybe you're going to get to see the auction. Anyways, you're going to get to learn a little bit of what's going on at the NRBC show. The Dallas one. Yeah, alright, roll the intro. Alright, so you're probably wondering, what is that? That is a picture off Google, because I didn't take a picture of the front while I was there, because I'm the GOAT. Now, this show was held at the Dallas Market Hall. Now, why is that? It's because at the last place where they were holding the shows, the people who pretty much run the building, own the building, said, hey, to all these people like that have conventions, not no more. You guys, you're gonna go off. We're gonna build a place so we can have paintings full-time, permanently. No more cars or expo or lizard people or anime conventions or whatever else happens in there. Yeah, it's interesting. So let's go into the building now. Alright, so you see here, you got Femoderma, part of a scientific name I can't pronounce. There it is on the screen. But these are a great species. Get them if you actually want to breed them. Don't buy them as pets right now. They're pretty rare, so if you're getting them, put some effort in and breed them. Now, as you see here, those are a lot of balls. Pythons. Now, something I was finding kind of interesting is that I was actually not seeing that many ball pythons. At the show, I was seeing actually more hognoses. We're going to talk about it in a bit. Anyway, let's go to the interview. So, why do you think the best albinos are so great?
Okay, so I really like this one because they never darken up. Even when you bring them to the shows, they look immaculate. They're bright, pretty yellow. One of the things, I've been working with the Blue Beauties for a long time, and one of the things about them is when you bring them to the shows, they're never as pretty as when you have them back at the facility.
Oh, I know. I got some clips of them. I'm like, let me get that real quick.
I know. And so they always darken up, and they never show the intensities of the blues and the yellows that we see every day working with them. And so that's always been a hurdle that we've had to get over, bringing them at shows. And I sell a lot of my animals at the shows. I like interacting with customers and knowing who I'm selling things to. So that's kind of my go-to. I don't do as much on Morph Market. I do during some of the off season, but most of the stuff I sell, I offer at the shows. So I brought these to a show down in San Antonio, Texas, a handful of months ago, some little young ones. And they just were amazing looking the whole show. So I was super happy about that. Mm-hmm. And I actually sold two of them, two of the visuals at that show. So it was awesome. So the other project we're working with is the Project X. So this started out a wild-caught female that ended up with Ron. And I, again, purchased the project from him. We proved it out this summer. This one I'm excited about because of the variability in it. Mm-hmm. So I've hatched out Project X's that are very yellow, like the Bessel albino, and I've hatched out some that are like eggshell, creamy white. They're not white,
nice.
But kind of a cream color, right?
Yeah.
So very light. So there's a big, broad spectrum of background colors there. Some of them have a lot of green, some have very little green, some it's spots, some it's dashes, some it's vertical stripes. But one of the coolest things is a lot of the green on them has a metallic look to it, so it really jumps out at you. So pretty excited about that. As some of you know, I was also able to purchase a possible pied that we hope to prove out this year.
Oh, you got it from Herp Time?
I did. Yep. Armin reached out to me and asked me if I was interested in working with it. And so we came to an agreement and I bought it. And it's doing great.
Oh, it's lovely to hear.
Tongue feeding from me and just doing awesome. Growing. I also have a male baby from it that we're raising up. So hopefully we'll be able to prove that out, whether it's a genetic mutation or not in probably the late fall, September-ish, October time.
That's actually exciting.
And then if it is, well, then obviously we're going to probably do some mixing. And
then we have a new cage on the table. Yep. That's really lovely.
Yeah, so they're just, the Anoles have become my favorite animal to work with. They're just awesome. They're They're pretty chilled. It's not like, the anoles that you get out of those that are wild caught. These guys are real chill. They're just amazing to work with.
Yeah.
Beautiful, easy to take care of. They're so tough. The hardiness of them is, it's some of the best of any of the lizards.
Also, while scrolling on Facebook, his female pied we were just talking about laid an egg. Thought it would be cool to tell y'all. Now, if you remember me saying this before the interview, I was saying I would like to talk about the hog noses. Now, in particular, my very first show a couple years ago, there was maybe 5 to 8 vendors there, breeding hogs and all this and that. Now, I'm talking 90%, I'm joking, not 90. At least half the show was majority of hogs, which is fairly interesting, because yes, it is something different than bald pythons, but are they just going to replace bald pythons down the road? I don't know. I'm fairly interested to see what it is like the year after, though. But as you see here, we got some AKA mini monitors, the green-keeled lizard. Real quick, we're going to go jump over to a plus-size monitor, a real monitor. There he is with a baby in the reflection, testing out his flexibility, what they know. Now, after the long days, I tell you, standing behind a booth and talking to people about your lizards and hognose on your table because you're vending with your buddies, you guys were able to go to the auction because you were vending, right? Now, I thought, what's a way to give my audience, to give the viewer, give the people something they haven't seen, was to get into the auction. Now, not everyone can go, and personally, I don't blame you, cause even if you're vending, because after the long day to be there for about an hour or two, it gets annoying. Yeah. Anyway, let's go see the auction.
Have you ever played baseball, Tom? So you're saying no. So no is the answer. Where the fuck am I? Besides Dallas, I think. 4,100? We're at 4,100. I'm trying to get 4,100. More market has at 4,000. 4,100 once? Twice? So 4,000 more market. Thank you very much.
This is just $4K for some charity and a bottle. Now, don't worry. Want the charity, US Arc specifically. Now, this next one's actually gonna be a lot more up there in value. So yeah, 4K is gonna look like small numbers in a second. Let's go.
150 right there, 200 right there, 250. BC's 250. There be 300 350. BC balls 350 to 400. Tim Bell 500. Reptile Industries 500. 550 right back over 600. 600 BC balls. Kim Bell 700. Todd Timberline $1,000. 1,000. You can't trade the bag, she said, Todd. You can for 1,000. You can trade it real quick. 1,100 once. Sold, Timberline. Thank you very much.
Why did I go to the auction? Quite frankly, after, the little bit of sleep I got and vending all day, hearing free food sounded nice. And when I got there, it was cool, had little burritos and cookies and shit. I ate a lot of cookies. And, they're probably like, so what did you do? You said something about winning earlier. So I placed $1, right? And then they had a bidding war between everyone. When I walked over there in the last couple of minutes, I saw it was $19. And there's only a minute left, so I was like, you know what? $20. And guess what? I heard immediately after writing that. Stop writing, y'all. No more writing. And then I won. I was like, wow. Right? And if y'all don't know, I actually really love turtles, tortoises, and everything like that. And I haven't had them in a minute. So this is pretty cool. Pretty sure it's a girl. I'm gonna have to touch up on my sexing of them. But she probably isn't liking me doing this, so I'm gonna put her back in real quick. Pretty much, I don't know. I kind of wanted to sell her at first, in the first hour after getting her, because I got her literally the day after the auction when I went back for the show to do the vending. And I was like, oh, I can sell this. And then she sat with me while I was at the table vending, and I was like, okay. I mean, I have a backyard. I have one. So, new pet, I don't know. I don't have a name for it. I don't know, maybe We do name suggestions now. Yeah. I guess drop them down below. Yeah. And speaking of that, since I haven't been able to talk about this in this video, guess what? You guys who are watching this video should sub and share it. If you liked it, watch the other videos. If you didn't like it, tell me what you didn't like so I can make the next one better. Yeah, all right, into the